Guys, it's Kitty here. It's October and you know what that means. Halloween is coming and so are Halloween themed videos. And who better to do a Halloween speed paint of than do a Halloween speed paint of Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. Well, I guess this isn't exactly a speed paint. It isn't a digital drawing and I already had the picture drawn. But in the video, I will be outlining it and coloring it. And don't ask me how I drew the pencil drawing of Sally because I have no idea. My mom had just gotten new crayons to mount on top of candles in sort of a decorative-y way. And because it had been so long since I used crayons, it's like I had to use them. So I did. And this was the result. Oh, there's a kitty crossing the screen and stepping on my paper. So now my paper's covered by my practice paper. I used that line paper for seeing what the crayons looked like, and I used it for mixing colors. Cat! Looking for a color. Found it. Okay. Time to erase and outline the drawing instead. Why was I coloring it instead of outlining? I'm most likely not going to use the Sharpie and only going to use the pens. Apparently the crayons erase. Kind of. I decided to erase almost the entire thing because the pen takes quite a while to dry. I only erased the parts I knew I could understand, even when the pencil marks are faint and erased. I kept leaning over the paper, so I realized I probably needed my glasses. Gotta put the practice paper over Sally so my cat Cookie doesn't step on her. Now I have my glasses. Let's hope I don't need to have my head over the paper. Then I started to worry the ink from the pen started to bleed through to the picture underneath. It didn't, but I still didn't want to take any chances, so I got a clipboard because the bench I was using as a table had a texture that would have made the pen look messy on the paper. The clipboard also made it easier for my pens to stay in one place. There we go. Hopefully we aren't missing anything else. And there go the crayons. Okay. Back to outlining. Now, the pen is probably dry enough to erase over, and while I'm at it, I'll erase the rest of her arm, so I don't have to go through this again. I keep trying not to erase the pattern because I wasn't sure I could still see the pencil marks after being erased, and that's another chance I'm not willing to take. The stitching on the dress started to confuse me, so I had to find a reference so I could be sure where each stitch went. Most of the pictures on Google that I could find didn't help all that much. Timer went off. I'm back. There I go again, drawing over a part of the picture that hasn't had the pencil marks erased yet. I'm very disappointed in you, past kitty. Time to erase the pencil marks. Hopefully the pen is dry enough. And drawing over unerased pencil marks again. I apparently messed up the patches on the middle part of the dress, so now I have to add things in with pen and hope I don't mess up. Took an incredibly long time for me to find a picture for the middle stitching for the dress. I couldn't find a good picture, so some of the stitches are kind of random. My pen decided to be a pain and stopped working, and this is why I got multiple pens. I used the second pen on the practice paper and tried to smear it. Apparently it dries quickly. Hip hip hooray! Ah, and I already messed up. Past Kitty now notices the mistake, but it doesn't look too bad, so time to erase the pencil. Thought it would be enough time to allow the first pen to have all the ink travel to the tip, but nope, of course. Using the pen anyway. Thought one of the circles was a wrinkle. Ha! Using the second pen again. The second pen stopped working, switching to the first, and the first also doesn't work. Erase, erase, erase. Making the lines better. Now moving on to the face I've been leaving blank this entire time. Fuzzy! I know I've drawn stitches so many times, you'd think I'd be good at it. I think I'm all done. I was listening to music. Guess what song came on? Sally's song. Sally's freaking song came on. Sang by Amy Lee, the lead singer of Evanescence. I swear, I did not do that on purpose. Real quick erase, making sure the pen is dry. Okay, it's dry. Coloring now. I think this is a good color. Not really gray enough to be perfect, but good enough. This is the only picture in my entire drawing book that will be colored. Fixing some pen mistakes. Now let's avoid that area till we know it's dry. I'd say this is going well. Too well. Now it's time to start rethinking my life choices. Okay, back to scribbling. Looking for the best color for her hair, mixing colors. So I guess we're mixing 3 colors for her hair. Yes, I'm mixing blue into her hair. Nightmare Before Christmas fans, please don't kill me. I kinda like the way the color came out. Now I'm using a dark blue to shade the entire picture, well, the parts that are colored, and hopefully it's the right color for the stitches. The crayon started getting dull, so I tried to do the stitches with the corner of the end of the crayon. The lips seemed to be the same color as her hair. It didn't really come out looking that way, but I did use the same colors. I have no idea why I did this, but I put black over the blue shading, even though the blue is darker than the black somehow. Now a color for another part of the dress. I think this color is good. And now to color the dress's stitches. I realized that there was a crayon sharpener in the crayon box. Awesome. Now back to the corner on the end of the crayon. I thought the bottom pattern on the dress looked like a similar color to the sleeve, just lighter in some areas and a little more dull. Because it seemed more dull, I tried to mix some gray. It didn't work out well. But to make the spots darker, I put a darker turquoise over. I mixed some green and white on top of it. The green because the patch was too blue, and the white to try to make it more dull, but it only seemed to blend the crayon underneath. For this patch, I found a yellow that seemed like the right color, but because it wasn't dark enough, I tried coloring an orangish yellow over. And on the other sleeve, I used the same orangish yellow. Unlike the patch before, I didn't have the lemony yellow mixed in. Mixing colors for the second to last part of the dress. The swirly part of the dress looked to me like a pinkish lavender, so I mixed pink and lavender. Last part of the dress, very dull gray but a greenish tint to it. Mixing colors, we're mixing colors. Making everything dull with gray. I'd say it's working. Now shading with the blue. Honestly, the shading doesn't really look that blue. Oh wait, would you look at that? I'm all done. You know what? I did not make a script for the end card, so I'm just gonna roll with this. So, I hope you guys have a happy Halloween, and I hope you guys enjoyed this speed paintish thing. Are you allowed to call it a speed paint if it isn't digital art? I mean, I haven't really looked it up or anything. I'm not even sure if I'd find an answer on Google, but I know COVID is making everything a lot harder for some people, but we all gotta stay 6 feet apart no matter what. Wear masks, just be safe, wash your hands, okay? You guys gotta promise me this. This is kind of a scary time in some ways, and in other ways, I guess it's not too bad. But just wear your masks and keep 6 feet, okay? Oh yeah, and I would love you guys to give me suggestions of things you want me to speed paint, because I'm running out of ideas. Okay, good luck, my coolest, crazy, cutes, and weirds. Bye!